when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in.
Well, the onset of fall weather, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Oh, some strong running. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 3. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Come on. It's Cowboys 19, Tiger, nice, go.
Kamara up the middle. And he'll get this up to about the 40. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This defense for the Niners very strong in that victory a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down and they're playing with extreme confidence.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
60 by 6.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. And the Niners get there and bring him down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Ready,
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Let's go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. With it is Brown. Well, that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go. Ready?
Lance looking to throw it. Now he's going to step up and run. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A big play there for the Niners. 41 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing now is Lance. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. The Niners at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
Here's Lance. And this is incomplete. When you look at the Saints defense, they've certainly had their struggles against the run at the 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
The numbers are definitely not in their favor, but every time I click on the film and watch them, I see stretches where they play against the run really well. Their biggest problem, when they give up those explosive runs, those 30, 40, 50-yard runs, that'll really mess up your averages.
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Ready.
To throw, it's Lance. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Saints are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now Lance. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now 2nd and 3.
Ready.
The Lance going to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Lance to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On play action, Lance. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Right. What down?
Lance now to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they put it on the ground here on the 2nd drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it's the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to one.
Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. We're scoreless after one. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double teamed and sometimes triple teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Come on.
Throwing, Winston. Now he's going to step up and run. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And even with that broken tackle, can't get very far. Stops short of the 30. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is because you got to get his attention because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
He releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that they spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
Off of play action, and here's Lance. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Here we go. 52 Bulls. Ready.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Lance. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, You often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. They'll get this on the screen to Mostert. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And good yardage there on 1st down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Shotgun now for Lance. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And not enough on the throw that time as that one is incomplete. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it.
Black, 95. Ready?
And they'll go for it. Lance will try to do it himself. And it is caught. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the 1st down conversion. And that was just a good job there of being mobile and creating something.
Being able to extend a play and get people open or buy yourself more time to run with the football, that's a really nice job there.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal.
Ready?
From the gun, it's Lance. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and they'll make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Here's Winston. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A heavy touchdown in the end, but a big play on that one.
Well, my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Second down in the yard.
60 Vikings. Ready.
To the air again with Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Winston now. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he is going to have a Saints first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here.
Top low 18. Trap 60.
To throw, Winston. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 19 yards away. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point forthcoming. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressive. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
23 yards on the play. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. And he quickly clocks it, and they're going to have a good shot at getting 3 here before the break. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half.
10, 49ers 7.
A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 to score as we resume action on EA Sports. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
This
offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
And another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lift at the end of that one.
Gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Let's go. Set.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Niners have retaken a third quarter lead.
And here on 3rd down, your number one goal, don't be a hero, just get the first down. But here, once he gets past the line of scrimmage, the field opens up for him, and he's able to take it right up the gut and into the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10.
Saints 10.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent is still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
46 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Off the play fake, Winston. Airing it out deep for Smith. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess. That allows for extra yardage on the return.
Throwing to start the drive. Lance getting this out to the flat. Mostert. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up second down. Back to throw. Lance. This will be caught at Samuel. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Bailey Zappi, 42 yards. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. point right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Winston. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
To throw is Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Play action now. Winston. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here.
Let's go.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal.
A gain of 5 yards brings up 3rd and goal.
Ready up. 60 average, 60 down, 18 cards, tracking 60.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
Here we go. 19, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left.
Ready.
3rd and goal. Winston. And he's going to go down. Sack back at the 13-yard line. That sack brings up 4th and goal. A loss of 7. Big play. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. This will be spotted at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt. And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
Okay, right.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. From midfield, here's Lance. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Lance. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He'll try and do this himself. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And this is taken in at the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to helm, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the 49ers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 15 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, good return up past the 30.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. They will be looking for a touchdown.
field goal way of doing it. Makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chance. We'll see if they can get the score.
60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
Throwing on second and long. Winston drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. Down the right sideline. Inside the 20. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 73 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front.
Ready,
Things
break.
made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on second and goal.
Cowboy 80. Ready.
Winston. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 and the 19.
It's third down and goal.
Now Winston, he's going to audible to something else.
Dragon 60. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. A nightmare on third and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on second and goal, a sack on third and goal. Now brings up a decision on fourth down.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. There we go. The noise deafening. Fourth and goal. Desperation time on fourth for Hill. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had the play call on fourth and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And that will force a turnover on downs. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Second and 10.
Ready, red, cycle. 52 blue. Hut.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Watch out. Hut.
To throw, it's Lance. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the left sideline. And all the way down to the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Let's go now. Few, yellow, 33.
Lance now to throw. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A 5-yard touchdown. And the 49ers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he returns this to the 22. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
18 Cardinal.
Here's Hill. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
2nd and 6. Hill looks to throw. Incomplete.
They've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
There, back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got this down to the 35. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to score.
Oh, that was free. Hill fumbled it. And that was ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Hill. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. Hill now to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 21 yards away. And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And it's the 49ers who recover it, and that ought to just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Six, mega, 40, black shot. Ready.
From the gun, it's Lance. And it's incomplete. We're still throwing to the very end. And now this game is over. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams